All right, to Washington, D.C. now, where Special Counsel Robert Hur appeared before a House Judiciary Committee earlier today, and he answered questions about his investigation into President Biden's handling of classified documents and managed a rare feat. He upset both Democrats and Republicans. NBC 10 political commentator Sue O'Connell naturally has got some thoughts. Sue, we'll get to you in just a second. But first, Alice Barr is going to set us up and walk us through a contentious day on Capitol Hill.
On Capitol Hill today, former Special Counsel Robert Hur defending his decision not to charge President Biden over evidence that he willfully retained classified documents, finding it was not enough to prove the case to jurors, who would likely see the president as a, quote, sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
My assessment in the report about the relevance of the president's memory was necessary and accurate and fair.
Republicans seizing on Hur's description of the president's diminished faculties.
Did you find that the president was senile?
I did not.
While protesting what they consider unequal treatment, former President Trump is facing 40 criminal charges for his retention of classified materials.
Joe Biden kept classified information. Joe Biden failed to properly secure classified information.
Democrats emphasizing Hur's central finding.
That President Biden could not be charged with a crime.
While playing a clip reel of former President Trump's own verbal slips and pointing to the special counsel drawing a contrast between Mr. Biden cooperating with the investigation.
He did not hide boxes of documents under his bed or in a bathtub. He did not fight investigators.
While prosecutors say Mr. Trump repeatedly refused to hand over classified documents and obstructed the investigation. A key witness in the Trump indictment speaking out on CNN about moving classified documents at Mar-a-Lago.
They were the boxes that were in the indictment, the white banker's boxes. That's what I remember loading.
It all comes on a primary election day when President Biden and former President Trump are both likely to clinch their party's nominations, officially launching the 2024 general election. Today's developments put President Biden's age front and center again, potentially derailing ramped-up efforts since last week's fiery State of the Union to quash those concerns. Former President Trump faces a Florida court hearing on Thursday in his classified documents case. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Let's bring in Sue O'Connell. So, Sue, what were your thoughts on the line of questioning that Special Counsel Hur faced today?
You know, it was just political theater and another waste of taxpayer money and lawmakers' time. Much of what we learned today we already knew. President Biden's handling of the classified documents did not rise to the level of charges, and Biden is not senile. And neither the Democrats nor the Republicans were happy with the investigation. Hur's characterization of Biden's memory was called gratuitous by the Democrats, while the Republicans wanted to know why Biden wasn't charged when Trump was. Not a contrast I would have brought up, but it ended like it started, with dueling party politics. And many Democrats were left wondering why Democrats keep picking Republicans as special prosecutors. So if only, JC, Congress spent this much time and effort on simplifying the tax code, I think I'd be a lot happy, since I got to go home and work on my taxes.
Sue, good luck with that. And thanks so much for your insight.